Well, good morning once again. We are recording the session for those of us that are still joining. Can we go to the introduction slide, Tracy? Because my name is Susanne. I have been in Ghana. I'm originally from the Netherlands. I've been in Ghana for 9 years as a business advisor. I'm also a mentor on the Women in Business program for 3 of the companies in the group. And I'm the managing director of CEO Africa. We do business advisory, we do consultancy, and we build companies in-house. And I'm here today with Abba. So I'm going to share this, move the screen here.
Hello, everyone. It's good to see you all. Good morning. My name is Rhodalove Aba Baidoo. I am a software marketer, and you can call me a venture builder as well. I work as a junior consultant with CEO Africa, and also I am working on one of the very projects that CEO Africa is partnering with, which is the first responder app that I would ask everyone to download after this. Talk about that later. So yes, I basically am a software marketer and a venture builder, and I look forward to learning and also sharing 1 or 2 things, about building an online presence. So yes, that's who I am. It's good to see you all.
Thank you, Abba. And please keep introducing your businesses in the chat. Let's pause working on the online sheet for now while we move on. So, Tracy, we have a lot of slides to get through. We have a lot of tips. But yeah, as I said, what we do at CEO is venture building and consulting. And what's relevant for today is that we're trying to build a database of service providers. So the third box here, we know that managing a business is really difficult. So in our work, we're trying to support entrepreneurs. We're trying to facilitate access to finance. But we're also very much looking at what other tools and service providers can help your business grow. So we'll be asking you throughout the sessions to also put your recommendations for companies that you work with in the chat, be it audit firms, be it software for accounting, be it social media marketing, or the websites that you've built on which platforms. So we're very much wanting this session to be a peer learning session, because we've seen some great work from some of your companies online while we were preparing for the session. So please feel free to also share your insights, your recommendations as we go through these. And then the agenda for today came from mostly a LinkedIn focus. Tracy, next slide, please. So we want to talk a bit about the benefits of online presence, and not just from our side, but from your side as well. Then an overview of our business profile. So that is the link in the chat where we'll be all inputting our social media platforms for everyone to like and share and boost our exposure a little bit. And then the 3 main tools that we want to just briefly talk about today are LinkedIn, WhatsApp Business, and Canva, because those could really easily help your business grow. And we have a few last recommendations that I hope we'll still have some time for. But again, also requesting you to share your recommendations in the chat for tools or platforms that you use. And the reason why this session came to be was after the post that GNBCC did on the start of this program. I noticed on LinkedIn that a lot of your businesses were not taggable. So you see on the right of the screen here, the post that was done by GNBCC, and only about 8 of your companies were tagged. And I know that some of you have LinkedIn profiles because we've done some research. So I'm not sure why the tag did not come through. But we're going to talk about LinkedIn because it's such a good tool also for partnerships, for visibility, for potential exports, especially if those of you that are looking at Europe or the US, the first thing they will do is look for a website or look for a LinkedIn presence. So even if you're not ready for export beyond Ghana, it's a good time to start and also build your personal as well as your professional, your business profile. So we're not just looking at these platforms in terms of sales. We're also looking at growing the business through partnerships, Financial institutions, even these days, are looking at your business's social media platforms. So that's why we want to have this session today. And I would like to get some of your experiences as well. So like I said, we've done some preparation and some online stalking of your businesses. And a lot of you are already doing good work. And I'm going to check whether Joyce is here. I don't see her yet. No. I do see Oba Essentials. Right? Or they've dropped again. Yeah. Is it, yeah, Oba Essentials, I see you here. Is it Yao or Doris who's on the call? I'm going to call my mentees a little bit. Can you hear me? Yeah, Doris? No? Then anyone else who would like to share about what online presence or how it has helped them, what it has done for them or how it has helped them. And the three highlights I have here is one from Oba Essentials, who are doing well now building their Google reviews, which can definitely help in building trust with customers. We all know that when you order online, you're not quite sure about whether a business is verified or is legitimate. So if you have reviews on Google, it will definitely help people trusting your product and your brand or your service. The other is Joyce, who's also part of the program. And she embarked on a 90-day social media challenge. So she's going to post every day for 90 days on LinkedIn. And she started with 460 followers on her personal profile. And about 4 weeks ago, she hit 1,000. So she doubled her followers in just 3 weeks. And right now, as we speak, another month later, she's almost at 2,000 followers. And this can not just make your business more visible, but also bring on new partnerships or just discussions that maybe you want to talk about the struggles you have in social media management, or you're trying to find an accounting firm. If you have a large follower, you can also use your network to find recommendations like that. And the last is Girl Farms Hub. So Tamar is also one of my mentees in the program, and she started her LinkedIn profile for Girl Farms Hub when we started our mentoring. And she's already gained followers and people reacting even on LinkedIn to her products and that they want to try them. So even though LinkedIn is not necessarily a sales channel, it also helps in promoting what you sell. So I just want to get a few thoughts from the room. How has online presence, be it on LinkedIn or Instagram or Facebook, helped your business? Don't be shy. Anyone, you can either raise your hand or directly unmute. Karen, I also see
Hello.
you here. Oh, Marian, yes, go ahead. Marian? Marian, we don't hear you. Is there anyone else who'd like to share? Karen, go ahead.
Thank you, Susanne. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Yeah. So, from my point of view, I think that's a perception I had on social media, that you have to like get it all together before you go on social media and talk about your products. But like this morning, I think the examples that you have given has shown me, or I'm sure some of us, that sometimes like personal branding is also important. So it's good to start. and then like build your brand as you're building your stuff as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually like it when people don't have a very flashy page, but they're honest about their business. And what I like is recently that you see more honest conversations on social media about how hard it is to manage a company, or the struggles with employee turnover. And then, of course, relating it to that you're recruiting, or a positive spin, or what it has taught you. But people are really sharing the lessons they are learning in doing business. So for me, LinkedIn is also a place of learning from others and seeing what others are doing, even though it's not always the nice and shiny posts, but also the lessons and the failures that we can learn from. So definitely the advice of this session today is to start, and then build from there. And like I said, even investors these days are looking at your social media platforms, and they will scroll down to where the first post was, just to see how long you've been active on social media. Because sometimes people create these profiles just before, let's say, a loan application. But if you can show that you've already been active for a longer time, and even if you've not been posting very consistently, it's better than having a fully newly created profile. Yeah, so let's get started, and we're going to talk a bit today about how we can make it easier for you as well. So, oh, Joyce, I see you are just joining. If you can unmute, please. We are talking about how social media has helped our businesses so far. And you see yourself on the screen. So if you can please unmute and tell us about how your 90-day challenge is going.
Hi, Suzanne. Thank you very much. My 90-day challenge is going well. Sometimes it's really like difficult to just pick up myself and go and post, but I'm trying to build consistency throughout the 90 days. So it's going well. I think I'm almost at 2K followers now. So yay. Thank you very much.
I am following along, and I'm really enjoying your posts. And we were just talking about how people now are also sharing more personal lessons. And I like that you're also doing that. You're being vulnerable and open and transparent about what you do, and also the struggles that come with managing a business. So I'm very much enjoying following along on that journey, and I hope it inspires some of the others today. And for those of you that just joined, I do want to stress that we want to make this a session where you also share your recommendations. So if you're not comfortable unmuting them, please do write in the chat. So if you have any experiences you want to share, questions, we are monitoring the chat as well. So let's move on, Tracy. Yeah, so what we're going to do now is see where you are and how we can follow and like and support your businesses, just to get a baseline of what profiles everybody is active on before we start the session fully. So please check the chat window. It's a chat bubble at the bottom of your screen. And there you will find the link to a Google document, which will open in a new page, where I'm going to ask each of you to share your so there's different columns. So you find your company name on the left, and then you share your email address for the company, the phone number. If you already have a WhatsApp business number, you can add that as well. The website, and then the social media platforms that you are active on. So we have LinkedIn for your personal LinkedIn, a company LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and Snapchat. Now, we're not saying that you have to have all of these, but when, for example, GNBCC is posting about women in business, it will definitely help if they can find you easily in this overview and tag your company as well. So please move to the chat, find the link and click on it, and it will lead you to an online file. And what you see on the screen here is where to find this link. So if you go to Instagram, you will see it at the top of your profile if you open it on the browser. But you can also, if you cannot find the links as shown here on the screen, you can also just put in the name of your company on these platforms. So the handle or the what your business is named. But ideally you include the links so that when we share, everybody can click on it and follow you as well. I'll definitely be doing that after the session. So I see that someone has challenges opening the link. Is that the same for more people? Because I do see there's now 8 people in the document. Maybe if you try it on a different device. Tracy, I'm not sure if there's a WhatsApp group for the Women in Business program that you can share the link on.
Yes, there is. I'll send that shortly.
Yeah, so even for those that are not present, I think it would be very great if GNBCC has an overview of everybody's social media soon, so that you can also tag the companies appropriately in future posts. And as I said in this overview, we are definitely not asking you to create all these platforms. It really depends on your target group. For example, TikTok and Snapchat is really if you have a younger demographic that's buying your products or services. But I would definitely recommend each of you to have both a personal and a company LinkedIn profile. So we're going to talk about LinkedIn in a little bit. But that will help your business also in the growth journey, even though you might not be in a growth phase yet. We're still figuring it out. It is good to already have a LinkedIn profile, so both personal and business. So we'll be talking about that in a little while. And then from what we've seen, people are really making sales on Instagram and on Facebook. So it's definitely recommendable. And as Karen also said, it's better to start small. You don't have to have it all figured out, and you can just post every once in a while for now. But it's definitely your choice whether you want to be publicly visible on all these platforms and which would make most sense for your business. Rashida, have you been able to open the link now?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone, and good morning, Susan. Please, I couldn't tap directly to open the link, so I had to copy it to my browser. And with that one too, it's not editable, so I'm not able to put my details in the spaces provided.
You can post it in the chat box, and then we'll put it in a file for you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. Anyone else is having challenges? I see most people are able to access it well. So I see phone numbers and emails and Instagram profiles popping up. Also pleasantly surprised that people are having websites. It's not always the case for businesses at our stage. So it's nice to see that there's also websites in the overview. So Tracy and Benjamin, I'm also making this your homework after the session to really be actively sharing these profiles and be promoting the companies. And at the kickoff, the videos, have they been shared with other participants?
I would have to ask the participants to answer that, and if it's not been shared, I can find and share with them.
Yeah, because there was a recording at the kickoff of all your products, your services, which is definitely good material for a first post if you are not active yet on LinkedIn, for example. So we'll be giving a few tips and tricks also on what you can post. Yeah, going to take about 5 more minutes on this sheet. And Edith, your hand is up. Feel free to unmute.
Yes, good morning. Can we continue filling the form after the class?
Definitely, yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so the goal is to, at the end, I would say, Tracy, maybe the end of the month, everybody has filled this so that GNBCC knows where to tag you on which platform with which handle. So definitely
Okay.
doesn't have to be done today. And as we said, also the recommendation that if you're not yet on, for example, LinkedIn with a personal or business profile, to create one starting this month, and to really start building a presence there. So then you can add the link to those platforms later on. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to give everybody a bit more time. I see not everybody has found their way to the sheet yet, but it's being populated very well. I'm looking forward to finding everybody on LinkedIn and your websites. I'm a very big Made in Ghana fan, and from what I saw at the kickoff, I will probably enjoy buying most of your products. So I'll be looking at your social media channels after the session. So yes, Edith and all of you who are now maybe struggling finding the links in this moment, do fill it later. This sheet will remain accessible. It's owned by GNBCC. So they will have access to it after the session as well. And Tracy, it has been shared on the program WhatsApp page now.
It has, yes.
Yeah, okay. So even those who are not actively here today can still fill it. And then the recommendation is also for all of us to follow and like each other's profiles. Because what I generally like about women entrepreneurship programs is that there's so much support and so much trying to help each other in growing our companies. So please do so. Please, when you are done after the session, go to everybody's profile, try and make recommendations for those of the companies whose products you've tried. And we'll be talking more about that now. But let's move on because we have only an hour left. I'm going to give the floor to Aba. So if you can please move the slides forward.
Hello, everyone. Hello once again. So with this specific session, I would prefer that it is very interactive. So if you could unmute your mic when, from time to time, that would be great. So basically, this is about LinkedIn, and I believe you all know LinkedIn, all have LinkedIn accounts, and maybe some thriving, some, redeveloping, but still geared towards a positive chart, right? Yes. So once again, for those that joined, my name is Rhodalove Aba Baidoo, and I'm a junior facilitator for today's webinar. It's good to meet you all. So yes, let's just quickly start. Tracy, could you please move to the next slide? By showing a hand with a raising hand icon, can I know, those that have company profiles on their LinkedIn? If you have like a company profile on your LinkedIn, I'd like to see like a little handshake with a handshake emoji. Awesome.
That's three from organizations.
Okay.
Farms up, yes.
George. Okay, that's great. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, there's more. Good. Pleasant surprise, as Susan said. Yes. Okay. So now we're just going to talk a little bit about why it's so necessary to have a company profile. Yes, I mean, you can have a personal profile where it's more like a representation of who you are professionally or even in your business life. So they know that there's a real person behind the business. So the personal profile is important, and the company profile is also important. So this is basically what this session is about. But this very starts that if you do not have a company profile yet, it will be great. I would hint on that, to add your company profile to your personal profile. And if you look at the slide, you can clearly see how to do that. I would advise that it's very important not to have like a separate company profile on your LinkedIn, but then you just directly create a company profile from your personal profile, because that way people will trust that, okay, this business has a professional that is already existing, and we can actually validate the person's reliability, right? So now we're going to quickly look at how to create that company profile. And as you can clearly see, there's a green mark that is highlighting for business. So it's going to go on and on. You just tap on that. Then you create your company profile. It's really great. I would recommend that each and every one of us would kindly create the company profile, because aside the fact that we have our personal profiles, the company profile is professional, and it would obviously attract more potential investors, partners, as Susan mentioned. So moving on next, Tracy, thank you. Okay, so now this is basically the more technical data analytical part of creating a company profile. And this is very important because you need to know how your post is doing. You need to know where to improve. You need to know how the metrics are, so that you can also improve on the post, get exposure, and ultimately increase sales, because that's basically why we all need to create this account, right? Yes. So this is basically the back-end business features, as you can all see on our screens, just to say the track performance of the posts and how it's going to, it has to be, and how it's going to look in the next week or in the next month, even in the next year. And so that's a little technical, but as we keep practicing and as we keep learning and updating our knowledge on that, it's going to really, really help us growing our online presence on LinkedIn. Yes. Okay.
If I may, Aba, what we saw when we were doing our preparation is that some of you do have a profile for the company, but it's as a user profile and not as a business profile. So you really, as Aba said, when you go to your personal profile, you have the button at the top right to create a business profile attached to your personal profile. So when you are creating it, please don't go to LinkedIn and create a new profile, but rather go to your personal profile or create a personal profile first, and then add the company profile as shown on the previous slide. Because if you have a business, if you register, so instead of putting your name, you put your business name, it becomes a personal profile that people need to connect to because it's a person. Whereas with a company profile, people can follow you. So it's less, there's no connection step. And then also with a personal, if you create a personal profile for the business, then you don't have the analytics at the back end. So you will not see the details on who is following you, where they are, how they are engaging with your company posts. And you also cannot attach a personal profile to your personal profile. So you really need to make sure you use the button at the top right to create a company profile attached to your personal profile.
Yes. Yes, proceeding. Thank you, Susan. So basically, we're going to talk about the about section of the LinkedIn. I know we all know this. This is so new to, this is not new to us at all. But then this is specifically geared towards your business. So your company, your business, what the initiative is. So as we all can see, it's great to have a good story on your about, right? It's great to have a good story about exactly how your company started, the values that you uphold, and how it's going to solve a problem one way or the other. So when all this is, there's no such thing as a too long about, because as long as it contains all these very important criteria, we are good. It doesn't have to be short to be pleasing. It can also be very informative, because you're trying to sell your business to the next person that is watching. So basically, it's supposed to entail why you started, the values, story, products and services, staff impact, call to action, how to reach you, that is by the email or by the telephone, or any way that would actually be great. So these are very important components of an about, and this is just an example. You can obviously feel free to modify it if you are going to create your about. Yes. Okay.
Just to add to this, LinkedIn is, of course, not a sales platform. It's more geared towards personal and professional development. Also business growth. So it is used for business networking. But the recommendation is to not make it about your products only. So if Tracy, maybe one slide back, LinkedIn is the perfect place to also share about your staff. If you are hiring, you can create a free job post on LinkedIn. If you are looking for staff, or if you are trying to share your impact to attract funding or partnerships. So when you are sharing on LinkedIn, make it about the business, and then do include your products and services. But it's not necessarily a sales channel. So in your profile, you can let people know where they can reach you to buy from you. So include, this is the products and services we sell. But if you want to buy from us, then reach out through our website or our phone. So try not to make it too salesy on LinkedIn, but definitely LinkedIn will create these referrals. People see you on LinkedIn, or your mentor or your GNBCC will tag you on LinkedIn. People see it, and then they go to either your website or your other social media channels to engage further.
Yeah. Good. Tracy, could you continue? Yeah. Okay. So basically, I know that we keep hearing that consistency is very important in creating an online presence, and it is very, very true. We need to be consistent with posting. This was already spoken about by Susan. I'll just throw a little bit of light on it, then we'll just move on to the next. So basically, how to create compelling posts that would not just be great, look great on the timeline, but actually, of course, invite people to be interested in what you do and what you're putting out there. So you're supposed to post regularly, and we're going to talk about some very important things in the next slide, basically ChatGPT tools and how to optimize these tools to help you in your content creation journey. So basically, you're supposed to post regularly, use visuals that are very appealing, visuals that are directly geared towards whatever products you're trying to put out there. So if you are a shuttle factory, if you make shuttle, actually, you can just products that are actually, that would say that it's shuttle even before anyone writes a text. It's something that is directly geared towards whatever that you're selling, whatever that you're putting out there. So they should be bright, they should be colorful, even if it's not so bright, it should just be appealing to the eye so that people will be attracted to it. So this is a beetroot powder post by Girls Farms Hub, and great post, great coloring. It's visually appealing. Of course, it would really make some good sales because it looks really great. Yes. All right. So moving on. I don't know if I've said everything. Yes, ChatGPT. No, sorry, Tracy, could you please go back? I went a little bit fast. Yes. So ChatGPT can help. Yes, we are going to go deeper into that. How to use ChatGPT tools in the next slide. And so, yes, sample post in the chats, which was just showed, so we can move on. Yes, thank you, Tracy. Okay. So, would you like to add anything?
Yeah, so for the post that you do, at the top of your profile, you can also pin them. So they're called featured posts. So if on any post you want to remain at the top of your profile, you click on the dots on the right side, and then you click feature post, and then they will show up in this gallery at the top of your personal profile. And then people can see, for example, if you have a post about the story of your business, why you started, and then you have a post about the products and services you sell. You can pin them at the top so that people can easily find them. And also when they visit your profile, they know directly what the business is about. So please do that, the pin posts. Yeah.
Yes. Moving on, Tracy. Okay. And also, we are still on the LinkedIn optimization and how to make your profile really, really good and meet all standards generally. So it's also very advisable to add skills, certifications, and also ask for recommendations. So even in the post, you can see screenshots where there's licensing certifications and skills sessions and recommendations. Basically, something to input, brag about, something to also prove well trustworthy and also prove very effective. So this is a place not to show off my badge, not to brag, but I mean basically to let people know what you've been embarking on, where it's going, so that people can also trust your credibility and also partner with you or make your sales or even professional growth, as was mentioned earlier. So this is very important in adding that to your LinkedIn certification. All right, Susan.
Yeah, just to add to this, the Women in Business program also has objectives in investment readiness, right? And like we said, funders are also looking at your social media profiles, and not just the business, but also the founder. So it helps to have recommendations on your personal character as a business owner. It can help to have licenses and certification. For example, in financial management, if a funder is wanting to invest in your business, then they want to know that you as the owner of the business understand the principles of financial management. So even on LinkedIn, you can find short courses that you can take, whether it's on debt management or it's on venture capital or equity investments, if that's your goal. It could also be in project management or in impact measurement, which are all skills that funders and partners look at. So on your personal profile, you can look for online courses that you can take in just a few weeks, and then you can add a certification to your profile, which will build trust, especially for those wanting to do business with you from outside of Ghana. And then also in the recommendation side, what I always like is when, so this is not necessarily for customer reviews, but maybe if you have a business-to-business partner that sells your products, they can here recommend you that you always stock them on time and your communication is clear, to also build that trust with people who are now finding you for the first time. And something that I wanted to add here is as well on your company page, it's also very important to add your certifications. So there's not a button for that on your company page, but if you, for example, go by good agricultural practices, or you are FDA certified, or you have an EPA, or like whichever licenses and certifications that are relevant for your products and service, put those on your company page as well, so that people know if they engage with you, your products are FDA certified, or you are aligning with the global GAP practices in farming, or you're organic. That will also bring you additional exposure. So try to also include those measures of trust for your business and your product and service.
Right. And also, in addition to what Susan said, I would recommend some sites to take short courses on. There's Google Digital Marketing Essentials. There's Coursera to also rely on greatly, and even LinkedIn in the in-app skills. So basically that LinkedIn Essentials, it's going to help in marketing, help in even customer relations, and everything that would be very important for your business growth. So yes. Okay, moving on, Tracy. Okay. Susan, maybe you want to take this?
Yeah, so we want to not do this in the session, but we're very much asking you that those of you who are new to LinkedIn or active already for years, to write a post about the Women in Business program, to tag GNBCC in this, and then also share a bit about your journey as a company. So why did you join the program? What are your goals for the next few months? What are you trying to get out of the program? Is it an investment? Is it that you are looking for a specific partner? Is it technical advisory, or just more sales? What is it that you're looking for as a business? And in this, what I see is that the mentors in the program are mostly active on LinkedIn. That's also the case for myself. So the companies that I'm mentoring, I'm also trying to tag them in relevant events or webinars on LinkedIn, or specific events that would be relevant to visit, or sales opportunities if there's an exhibition somewhere. And a lot of these things are posted on LinkedIn. So we're asking you to write a post that you are in the Women in Business program with GNBCC, and then to personalize it a little bit. So we have some sample posts that you can look at and build from. But in this, it can be about the mentorship. It can be about one of the online workshops that you've had. It can be just generally about where you are in your business and what you're looking to achieve in the next month. And then to end with a call for action as well, that I am looking to build my investment readiness. I am looking to find a partner that can help me with my impact measurements. I'm looking for more sales outlets in Accra or Kumasi or Tamale, for people to be able to also help you on LinkedIn with a very specific ask. So we're going to share that. I'm unable to share a document in the chat, but we will share the sample posts with Tracy to also be shared in your WhatsApp group. And these were also ChatGPT generated. So Abba works on a Word document with 3 sample posts. And then below each post is also the question. So the prompt is what is called that she asked ChatGPT. So just to give you also examples on how you ask ChatGPT for things and then what the potential output is. So these posts are for you to review. Please don't post them as they are, but edit them to your own style, your own writing, your own business. But yeah, use ChatGPT as a base, and then you can tailor it and edit it to your liking. So we'll be sharing that document with you. But please add it to your to-do lists to post about the Women in Business program and then tag GNBCC so they can also reshare. And that will create more visibility for your companies. Okay, moving on to WhatsApp Business. I'd like to move my screen back. Again, show of hands, how many of us are on WhatsApp Business? So not using a personal number, but WhatsApp Business, because I see most of you have the same number. If I look at the Excel sheet, most of you have the same number, company phone and WhatsApp Business. Question is that then your business number or is it your personal number? So please share in the chat how many of us actually have a WhatsApp Business with a business line. Because some of us have a WhatsApp Business with a personal line as well. Anybody want to share? Edith, yes, go ahead.
Okay, so for the number I've used for the business is the same as the WhatsApp number because that number is mainly for business.
Yeah.
It's not my personal number.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So that is what we would recommend. We know that some people say, I don't want to manage 2 accounts. I'll get lost with all the chats. So they prefer to have their business chats also on their personal line, which is, of course, a decision that you are free to make. But the recommendation would be to have a WhatsApp Business profile so that you can also register that number, for example, to MTN, for Momo, or you have a Vodacash number, so that when people are making payments to their business, it's also in a company account and not a personal account, which would help also with access to finance. So even the banks are now asking for your Momo statements for the company. So it is a recommendation to, in time, as the business grows, look at a separate number with a WhatsApp Business account. And that also helps in delegating to staff members to be managing your social media or your WhatsApp chats, because we all know that managing a business gets very busy. So in time, hopefully you can find a dedicated person to manage your social media and the WhatsApp Business for you. And then it helps if you have a number that's not also integrated with your personal chats. I saw one more hand up. I didn't see who it was. Please feel free to unmute.
Please, it's me, Rashida.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Please, I also wanted to say that I have my personal number differently from the business number, but on the worksheet, I also put the business number as the call number and then the WhatsApp number, but it's mainly for the business, and I have my personal number separately.
Yeah. So definitely, like we said, that's what we would recommend. And then Tracy, if you go to the next slide, so WhatsApp Business, you can download on your phone a second app. So you have your personal WhatsApp, and then you download WhatsApp Business as a second app. so that you really have them separate well. So for those of you who haven't done a business profile on WhatsApp yet, then you search for WhatsApp Business in the Play Store or the, is it iStore? I'm using App Store. I'm using Android. But here you can also, WhatsApp has a lot of resources on how to use the business profile. So there are frequently asked questions, and then in the slides we'll share afterwards, I've also included they have a YouTube account with really the how-to videos. So what we just wanted to show about WhatsApp Business today is that on the next slide, Tracy, there's a catalog that you can have on WhatsApp Business. So if you look on the right, you can actually add your specific products with the price for people to create a cart, which will then come to the WhatsApp Business chat if they order. So this is a very simple way to show what you're offering. You could even have products that are not in stock, so that you show all your products and services here with the pricing. And that this is something, if you have a WhatsApp Business number with a catalog, you can also link that to your other social media channels. So for example, to your Instagram or your Facebook, you can have one central location on your WhatsApp where people make orders. And then as they are ordering, sometimes they find you for a specific product or service. But then if they are chatting with a business account and they click on catalog, they can also browse all the other products and services that you offer. So I would definitely recommend those of you that are using a personal number, which does not have this feature, to download a second app with WhatsApp Business. And then you register that with a corporate number. And then you can be adding pictures and descriptions of your products and services. So this is also for service businesses. I've seen this for IT companies who say we do building of websites and we have app development. And so you can really also for example, primary production, if you have a farm, you can also list quantities. Like if you sell in bulk, you can add that here with the pricing. Or leave the prices empty if that's what you prefer, if it's something that's priced differently than a consumer product. But definitely good for people to know that they're also communicating with a business account. Again, in building trust, it's the person and the business. So we're recommending to keep them separate. And then this is how to build the catalog. There's a video as well in the link in the previous slide. So those of you who are now new to this, please check out the videos that WhatsApp has. And any experiences, how many of us are actually making sales with WhatsApp Business? How many of us have a catalog? Is it because of the morning session? It's very quiet today. Anyone that has a WhatsApp Business and has a catalog? Judith, please go ahead.
I do.
Judith? We can't hear you yet. We're still muted. Maybe Rashida first.
Yes, please. My name is Rashida. My business name is Eat by Noor. So we have a WhatsApp business with a catalog, and it's been really helpful. It provides you with spaces that you can actually describe the product. So you can give description of the products and include the prices. So when customers want to make an order, they just go straight to the add symbol, and then it gives them the option of adding the quantity of the particular product that they want to buy. So when you get the alert comes with the products and then the quantity the person wants to purchase. So it makes it easier, communication easier than the regular way. Thank you.
Yeah, and then Rashida, how do you go about shipping it? You don't get an overview, of course, of where people are, but then it comes to your business accounts as a chat, right? That they want to order these products in this quantity. And then how do you go
Yes, please.
follow up?
Okay, so for me personally, I just respond to it and then I ask them of their delivery details. First, I ask if they want to pick up or delivery. So when they want delivery, then I go further to ask for their delivery details, their contacts, active phone number, and then location with a landmark. And then we proceed to order a delivery to them.
Yeah. And do you have any other e-commerce platforms, or you do all your sales through WhatsApp?
No, please, it's not only WhatsApp. So we are also on Instagram, TikTok, yes, and Snapchat.
Yeah. But when people want to
Yes.
buy on those platforms, do you do that in the direct messaging in Instagram, or do you then refer them to the WhatsApp page?
No, we do take orders from Instagram. So with the Instagram too, it's also business linked. So it's similar to the WhatsApp business. The person can actually, we have these automatic response messages that we've created. So when there's a particular keyword they use, the response comes and then they're able to respond to our messages and then give the quantity they want to order for. So I just quickly forward the payment details to them. Then they make payments. Then we proceed with the delivery.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so for those of you who do not have a website or an e-commerce platform, WhatsApp Business can be the main point where all your orders come together. So even if you have a business account on Instagram, you can tell people that please order through our WhatsApp line, and then they can use this feature. And then you refer everyone from all your platforms to your WhatsApp Business line, so that you manage all your orders in one place. Because what we also see is that sometimes we're on so many platforms that it becomes hard to have an overview of where messages have been responded to. So it's a good suggestion to move everything then to your WhatsApp Business catalog, so that people can actually, they know the prices, they know the quantities they want, and then it comes to you in one clear message of what they want to order. Thank you. None of Papa Limited Company. Please go ahead.
Yes, good morning, everyone. So we also have a WhatsApp business, and we use the catalog as well. And so you can go to the catalog and then choose what you want to buy, and then send, and then it sends to us as a message, and then we can review your catalog and then deliver. So we also use quick responses on the WhatsApp business. And so we're able to send quick messages on delivery. So your name, contact number, delivery location, closest landmark, and then yeah. So that's we do have a website as well, but because we're now building trust, we don't have the e-commerce on our website yet. But you're able to order on the website, and then it sends your order straight to our WhatsApp, our business WhatsApp. So the order link on the website has been linked to our WhatsApp business. And so once you place the order on the website, you receive it in the WhatsApp, and then we're able to get in touch with you to complete your order.
Yeah. I think especially for the stage where some of our businesses are, that's a great recommendation, where you say we have a very simple free website, but if you have to integrate an e-commerce part, then it becomes a bit costly. You have to pay a Momo integration or a payments integration, and you have to manage your stock on the website. So some of us might not be at that stage yet. So it's a very good suggestion to have a simple website which refers to your WhatsApp for actual orders, so that you only have to update your stock in one place, and then you have a full overview of your products and services. And I think most customers also use WhatsApp. It's a very common platform these days to make orders through. And then even on your WhatsApp about, you can link back to your other social media channels. But then you keep all your orders in one place. Yeah. Judith, your hand is still raised. Are you able to unmute now? We're not able to hear you. So Tracy, also looking at the time, I would propose to move on. So yes, you have a business profile page on WhatsApp and then the catalog. And what you also have then separately is your status as a business. So people who have your business line saved, once they are scrolling through all the statuses, they'll also be reminded of your business. Whereas on our personal profile, we might be sharing personal statuses. On your business, you can also just remind people that you are still out there. And often when someone has ordered once through your WhatsApp, they will have saved your line. So when they're then scrolling and they're just going through everybody's statuses in the evening, then they'll see your business again. So it's also a way of reminding people that we are here and you can order from us again. So also use the status option in the WhatsApp business profile. Yeah. I'd like to move on to, I think, Canva that we're getting to. Oh, yeah. So there is instructions on how to install the WhatsApp business and also the video. And then, Tracy, sorry, if you go one back, there's also meta advertising, which I do want to stress on. I don't want to explain it fully because also here, there's frequently asked questions on Instagram and Facebook on how to do this. But those of you who are looking to expand your sales, you can advertise on Instagram and Facebook for as little as $5. So it's really, it can be a very affordable option to drive a bit of traffic to a new website that you might have or to get people to message you. So you can do paid posts, and that is called boosted posts. So once you post on Facebook or Instagram, if you go to the 3 dots at the top of the message, you can boost it or make it a paid advertisement. And there are a few specific rules for it. So you can, you choose either, do you want more direct messages? So there'll be a button on the post when it's boosted that people can click, and it's either go to the website or message us directly. So you're calling for either them reaching out to your direct messages, or you can refer them to a link where they can order. And that can be your website, or even, I think, a phone number. So you choose the goal that you have with the post. Is it for more website visits or for more messages? And then if you see on the right, you can also select the audience. So you can, if you know a bit about your target group, you can say, the people who generally buy my product or service are women of this age, and ideally they are closer to you. So if you're in Kumasi, then you select only the Kumasi area, and then you can do very targeted advertising, and it will just show up in people's feed when they're scrolling. So also definitely something to explore. I have done this before. It's very simple to set up one of these posts, and it reaches the people that you wouldn't normally reach out to. But because these platforms have data on use, on what people like, they can find the right audience for you. So if you are looking to really, let's say you have some stock sitting and you're trying to boost your sales, you can try this once and say, I'm going to do this and see what it brings. And once you've posted, you can set the number of days that you want it to be showing in people's feed. You can edit the payment to what you're comfortable with. And then once it's posted, you can also see the insights. So you can see how many people have clicked on it, which people have engaged, and then you also see how many people have actually been referred to your website. So it's also good to see which posts are interacted with very well. And then hopefully that would drive more sales. Yeah. So moving on to Canva, we had actually wanted to do a quick exercise, but let's do a show of hands. How many of us are using Canva? I see a few hands, 5 now. Out of the 30 people that are here with us, 6. Okay, so Tracy, I'm going to share my screen just to show you Canva. Let me just do screen. So I hope you can all see my screen right now. So if you don't have a Canva account, again, free, it's your choice, but I definitely recommend to use this for all the designs. And as Abba also said, your post should be appealing. There should be a visual, an image, so something that grabs people's attention. And Canva is a very easy way to do this. So this is what Canva looks like for those of us who have not worked with it yet. And you can create a free account. Just note that you see this crown at the top right of my screen. There is a pro version. So some of the designs are paid designs. If you pick those, you will not be able to download it for free, but there are enough free designs that you can use and download for all your social media platforms, actually. So we had a session with Oba Essentials from the program last week, where one of the posts that I miss a lot in people's business posts is, where can I buy? If I am a customer and I find your profile online, how do I order? And I think all of us should have this post pinned at the top of our LinkedIn. It should be pinned at the top of our Instagram and our Facebook to really show that if you want to buy my products or services, this is the process. So you can add phone number, your website, your Instagram channels, but also if you have physical outlets that you stock, it's good to show where people can find you. Okay, there's raised hands. I think that's the people that are using Canva, but if anyone wants to share any insights on Canva, feel free to unmute. I think people raise their hand to show that they're already using Canva. Yeah, so looking at the time, I will not go into designing a post for one of the businesses. That was our initial plan for the session. But if you search, for example, if you want to make this post of where does your business sell and how can people reach you, then for example, you search for, I want to post on Instagram and I want the post to have bullet points. Or if you say, I want to post on link or just an image with product pictures, then it will give you specific designs that you can then fill. And when you open Canva, you can edit almost everything. And then here as well, you see that this one, for example, is a paid element design. And also this one with a crown, you need to upgrade to Canva Pro to use the template. But if we don't want to use that, we check for one that doesn't have one of those icons at the bottom. And then we just click the one we like and then edit it. So this one, for example, is a free design. And then you click on customize this template. So what you can do then is on the left side, include, it's loading, but you can change the images, you can change the text here, you can duplicate pages or add pages so that you also create multiple slides in the same design, for example, for an Instagram slider. And then here on the left, you see buttons for adding text or elements like images or icons. And you can also upload photos, logos, pictures of your products so that you can replace the images that come with the standard design. So definitely recommend everyone to look at Canva for creating those captivating images. And they also have stock photos that you can use. Just make sure that you don't click the paid designs if you're starting to use it. So what I'd recommend is informing people at least how to order, where to buy your products and services. And what we did for Oba Essentials was also you can have pictures of the specific shops that you stock so that when people are looking for your products, they know which store or which shop to enter, at which address, which products they can find there and at what time that store is open. You can do posts on customized offers or specific offers that you have, and definitely inform people of your products and your services. So try and create a post like this or like this where you have product images, and then please specify the quantity and the price of each of these products. And again, you can search Canva for specific, even if you're writing a proposal or if you're writing a company one-pager. Let me also just, I always like it when people, one-page overview. It also takes away a lot of the thinking process in if you want to send everybody just one overview page of what your company does. Then you can take some ideas from here. I'm doing a live scrolling. I really like this one, which is a paid design, but you can also look at it and see how you can edit it or create a free template then that's similar to this. So there's also a lot of suggestions on what kind of documents or what you can do for your business to showcase yourself. So here, for example, is a free template. And if I then click on customize the template, you can change the colors to suit your own logo. So it's really also very user friendly. So if I want this box, for example, I click on it, I want to change the color, I go to the bar at the top and I choose a color that's linked to my logo. You can change the image here, the text, and even the fonts. That if you have a branding guide already, you can use that. So quick overview of how Canva works and how you can use it as well. So going back to the slides, please, Tracy, because we have a few wrap-up suggestions. I do still see 2 hands. Does anyone want to share any insights on Canva? No. Tracy, then can we please go back to the slides? I think I can also share. Oh, okay, you're already here. Yeah. Okay, so for Canva, we've moved on. If you can go to the next. Yeah, so inspiration on what to post, sales locations, your products and services. Price is always a bit of a discussion. Do we add our price? What if we raise the price next month and people still see the old price somewhere? I very much value transparency in a business. And if you look at it from the customer perspective, if I see a product on Instagram, I might not know the price. And if I have to message to ask for the price, it's another step for the customer in reaching out to you. So my advice would be to include it unless it's very volatile. So if you raise your prices once a year, then I would say include it so people know what they're buying, or refer them to that WhatsApp business catalog that you can update when there's new prices. But you might lose customers who have to message you personally to ask for the price. So I would definitely advise to add it so people know what they're up for. And sometimes our products look very expensive and people think, oh, I don't want to even ask. But they might be pleasantly surprised if they see your pricing. And this was actually the case for myself at the kickoff, where all of you had your product exhibitions. So it's good to have, even when you do exhibitions, to have a list of prices so that people that are walking by and think, oh, I don't know, maybe this is not affordable because it looks very nice. They can just glance on like a small A4 printed sheet with your pricing, so that they know, is this something that I want to engage with or not? So I always value when companies share, this is the product and the price, because sometimes you see Instagram pages where there's 30 people in the comments asking for the price, and then you see the founder responding that I've DM'd you. And to me, that also makes me think that, oh, this must be expensive, so let me not engage. So you might lose customers that way. Yeah. So moving on to some final resources and tips. So these were the main 3 platforms we wanted to highlight today, but we have some other suggestions as well. Aba, do you want to go ahead on ChatGPT?
Yes. So with ChatGPT, I mean, I know we have ChatGPT. Sorry, I know we have a little bit of reservations about how automated it sounds sometimes, and there's no originality when it comes to inputting the prompt. Well, it is true. I mean, it is automated and it's a robot, but there's a way we can actually, just maneuver our way around it to make it, more humane. And so basically, it's your idea. Then you input it into the prompt. Then it creates something that you can work with. So it's not its idea though. So it should be more original because it's coming from you. So this is a little thing I tell many people that I talk to about, prompts when it comes to ChatGPT, is that there is a dictate button where you can freely express yourself. I forgot to prompt Susanne about that, to take a screenshot. But then when you go on your ChatGPT application or on the website, there's a dictate button where you can freely express yourself about your business. So you don't have to do a lot of typing, but I'm dictating because it becomes more personalized when you're speaking. So basically, these prompts, I would advise that you dictate them for the most times when it's necessary. And you just let them know what your business is about, the scope, what you want to post about, if it's about maybe, for instance, a buy essentials for targeting, the shea butter industry, the women, African, so you just have to customize it and just tell ChatGPT that this is what you're trying to put out there. Then it would also help you with obviously standardized suggestions. And ChatGPT is not always right because it's not, it's still on, I think it's a remodeling thing. So it's not always perfect. So you don't have to rely fully on just ChatGPT, but you can really optimize it for the potential growth that you're looking forward to. So these are prompts. Right?
Yeah, so this is something you can directly input on the website once you've created an account. And this is actually what we used for a company last week. So we told ChatGPT that we want text and ideas for posts about the company. You insert your company name and all the social media platforms you're already active on. And also to make it personal, say, use our writing style as we use on our website or our Instagram, because it can actually draw text from your previous posts as well, so that it sounds and looks more like you. And you can ask it to develop specific posts for these different categories, for example, or any other topics you want to post about. And then usually it will even suggest follow-on actions it can take. So for example, this a content calendar, if you're thinking about when do I post or which platform do I post this on, you can ask it very specifically to schedule the post that it's suggesting in a structured way. And then also, as Aba said, please do edit them. Once you get these suggestions, you can edit them the way you see fit, but it would really save you time in coming up with content. And it's a lot of work to do next to managing our businesses. So use it as a time saver and an optimizer of maybe what you've drafted. Maybe look at it to review your writing or just to suggest different kinds of posts. So these texts you can directly copy from the slides when we share them. And put them into ChatGPT and see what it comes with. And the more you also use it, the more tailored it will be to your use of language and to the words that you want to use. And even if you don't like the tone of the messages, you can tell ChatGPT that I want it to be more informal or more professional or more youth-focused, or you can have specific buzzwords added that you say, I want made in Ghana or women-owned business or nature-based, or whichever prompts you want to use that reflect your business and your values. You can tell ChatGPT that that's what you want your post to be about. And this will really save you time.
And I would also like to add, though, that you don't have to be a social media manager, specifically a professional, to be able to use ChatGPT or even to be able to manage your social media pages. ChatGPT is here to make things a little bit more easier for you, as Susan said. So it can get technical with the prompts because it's what you tell them, it's what you tell it that it's going to produce. So that means that you'd want to be careful with what exactly you're asking for. So it's a little technical, but with practice, and even as the model learns the patterns of your tonations, how you actually like your post, they would actually pick up and be able to have really great Instagram captions, LinkedIn captions without having to sweat it. Yes.
Yeah, we have more slides and more suggestions, so I want to go through them briefly. Please create a company email account as well. And it can either be info at your website, or if you don't have a website or a domain, then use your business@gmail.com. And I know a lot of us are even still using our personal accounts for the business, but when it comes to being visible on an international level, unfortunately, email addresses like Yahoo are not very well regarded. So if you are looking at also doing business internationally, either have it at your website or at your business. And Tracy, I freely copied your email signature because this also can help with sales. Putting your opening times, your location, what products you can even add products and services in your signature if you're doing a specific promo or so you can add a formal email signature, and email is also becoming much more used in business sales. So for example, MailChimp is a platform you can use to input people's email and send them regular newsletters or updates about your company. Next slide, please. Please also add a Google Maps pin. And once you have a Google business profile as well, you can ask people for recommendations. And as we started the webinar, Oba Essentials, for example, is actively sharing a link with past customers. But can you please rate our products and services, where people are then posting about the business. And it also creates trust for new customers when they see that others are actively recommending you. And in the beginning, this can be your friends and family, but as you start selling, also try and collect the information. So if you use the WhatsApp business page, you can share with past customers that, oh, you ordered 2 weeks ago, could you please rate it? Or can you share your feedback with me? You can also use that in your posting, that look at this customer review, because that will also build trust. Next slide, please. Yeah, so websites, including e-commerce. Again, I would very much like to ask you to share what you use in the chat box or after this session in your WhatsApp group. Just be recommending to each other. I see Handy Farms, they have a really nice website. Oba Essentials just has a new website. And what platforms do you use? So for example, Eat by Noor is a Wix site. It's a free software. So share with each other what you are using just for inspiration for those of us who don't have a website yet. And Tracy, if you go to the next slide. So our company, CEO Africa, is sharing an office with Banjira Technology. It's a youth-led IT business. And they recently launched their website as a service. So you pay a small upfront fee and then a monthly payment for maintenance and any edits you would like, rather than making a full upfront payment for a website, because we also know that can be expensive. And I know Oba Essentials uses Paystack, there's Hubtail, so Wixsite, but please be sharing these kind of recommendations with each other. We'll also share these slides for you to review and look at the different options out there, but very much encouraging you to be more open and honest about what platforms we use and the cost of them, so that those of us who haven't started with this yet also know what the best platform for their business would be. So moving forward, Tracy. Yeah, I think we don't have a lot of time left, but this is what I just said. Please be recommending to each other what platforms, what people, what companies you use to grow your business. Whether it's branding, social media, it's your audit firm, because we're all also looking at access to finance. We'll need our audited statements. What accounting softwares do you use as a business? Because often we're left to figuring these things out by ourselves. And you have to start with Canva, you have to start with online tools. You might need specific advisory on how to get your products FDA certified. So really be sharing these resources with each other. And also feel free to reach out to me if you need any specific service providers or advisors on LinkedIn or by email. I'm sure Tracy will share my details. Always happy to help and refer to the companies that we know and we work with. So if you want to type any suggestions for your fellow entrepreneurs in the chat, feel free to do so. And then I think we have one last slide with tips. This one, I will not go into detail, but those of you who are interested in export to Europe or the Netherlands, this is a very helpful website on regulations on exports. So please do review that if you're looking at exporting in the near future. And then I think that brings us to our last slide. Yeah. So final tips. Aba?
Okay, thank you, Fabiana. These are the final tips. Okay, so final tips and tricks. This is basically everything we've spoken about, and we just want to do the social aspects of this call, where go back and after this very meeting, we just go back and just like upload images, just talk about how the webinar went and everything. So let me just do that in the actual order. So the first thing, align about section across platforms. So let's remind ourselves, refresh our minds about how important it is to have a consistent brand representation on all our social media platforms, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, even TikTok, anything, Snapchat. Yes, so basically, we just have to have like a specific brand description about your business on all the very different social media platforms, so that one person you can see a sense of consistency in the brand and how you put it out there. And the second to talk about briefly and quickly, make use of tools like Canva and ChatGPT to reduce your time spent. And this was around the ending of what we're discussing, and so this is probably still very fresh in our mind, how important it is to use Canva and the ChatGPT tools just to reduce your time spent and also to make it more effective, because of course that's all we look for in the end, that our businesses are effective and also very productive. Yes, and so we also the third thing is that ask for a student or intern to work on a social media strategy and initial templates for you. So I know I said earlier that you don't have to be a social media manager to maneuver your way around social media, but if you do need any extra assistance, you need any extra hand, it's very, very important, or it can be recommended that you reach out to, a student or an intern to just handle your social media aspect so that you focus on the business aspects as well, which will obviously help you save time. But I would also recommend that you do that on your own, so you have a little bit of, digital experience and stuff like that. Yes, and also be consistent in posting. It's so important. We know this a little too much. We know that it can be a little bit of time draining because there's very important things to deal with on ground. But if you make time to post, it's also going to help boost your digital presence. And this generation, this era we are in, everything is digitalized, and we need to be part of that. And lastly, use a hashtag made in Ghana, women in business tag, and women in business, and also tag your mentor, GNBCC, and your company on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and all the social media platforms that you will be present on. This is to help raise awareness to other people, other women in business, to join this very, very great initiative, and also help support ourselves in this business adventure. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Susanne and Rhoda. This has been a very good session. And I know for the participants, it's been insightful. So I'm also really curious to see what people do with the training afterwards. And Rhoda mentioned looking for interns where necessary. And I wanted to also chip in GNBC's HBC program. It's an internship program. So we find students who are looking to work. We find companies that we can place them in. So please also reach out to me if you're looking for interns, and then we can see what to do with the HBC program in the future sessions, future editions. So yes, I'll also, the editable sheet is still, it's editable and it's open up until the end of the month. I've sent the link to the page So kindly fill that in, and let's have all your responses come through. We also have some upcoming workshops for the Women in Business program. We would notify you on the WhatsApp page. Just like this session, very, very valuable sessions that in finance and other areas, pensions, that will be relevant for you. So we'll inform you in due time so that you can sign up for those ones as well. And yes, don't forget to make your posts on LinkedIn, whether about this session or about the Women in Business program.